day can they have one to us tonight? Go to school and go to school all the time. My name is Irma Gerald Spritz. If I need to get some news on tonight, um, now Republicans controlling states that ask federal judge to end DACA, DACA. That's a program for immigrants. Um, it's a group of Republicans. It's controlling the state, led by Texas. Are asking federal judges to end the deferred action for childhood arrivals. It's a program now also known as DACA. The request could jeopardize the work permit. So once they end that, they won't be they won't be able to get a work permit. Protection against deportation. For hundreds of thousands of dreamers. Who came to the United States as children without work permit, so education could face deportation. So this program had not allowed new applicants to enroll. So since they're about to close, since they're about to end it, so they're not letting new applicants enroll. So they're not letting no one else apply for this program because it's different code ruling. So they're still debating on ending this program. So immigration will arrive here as minor and they could face deportation to their home country and they will lose their ability to work in the United States. So legal, they could be deported right away. So once they close this program, they'll be deported quick. They won't be able to get a work permit, and then they'll be deported. Anytime they say, they have to leave, they'll be deported. Once the program ended. So Mr. President Bennett administration had carried out on criminals that he took, because they tried this like years ago. They tried to end this program, and I think Mr. President Bennett had saved it. On criminals, unless the Congress had put them on a path to legal citizenship. So hundreds of thousands of people would be unable to work and provide for their family. So DACA recipients are not United States citizen or lawful permanent resident. So the program does not grant them official legal status or pathway to citizenship. So citizenship requirement, for 5 years permanent residence citizen path. So this is most common way that people apply to become a United States citizen. Now, since they're about to end the DACA, since they're about to end the DSCA, since they're about to end that, so the next thing for them to try to apply for the United States citizenship, to be qualified, you must have lived in the United States continuous for 5 years. So they have to live in here for like 5 years for the to be a United States citizenship. Immediately preceding the date that you file forms in 400 form application. So now they're gonna have to try to apply for the citizenship once they end the program. So applicant for must meet the following citizenship requirement. So this is a requirement that I have down. First, you're gonna have to be 18 years old. Second, you're gonna have to have a permanent resident. A green card. For 5 years. So you have to be in that permanent residence for at least 5 years. 3, you have to live in the state for at least 3 months before filing for the application. 4, you have to continue on the resident in the United States as a permanent resident for 5 years before filing application. 5, you have been physical present. You have to be physical present in the United States for at least 30 months out of 5 years before filing the application. So you have to be in here like a good little while before you even file for the application. 30 months plus 5 years before you even file for the application. 6, you have to be able to pass an English test and also a history government test. So this is the requirement that you have to meet when you're trying to apply for citizenship. Because y'all have to come up, you have to apply for these other programs because they're about to cancel the DACA programs. They're about to soon cancel. I have another one too. Now, the first one I just told y'all, that was a citizenship. So this is another program here that y'all can look into. USCIS. It's a United States Citizenship Immigration Service. So that's also a program. It's a policy guidance, on its standards in a customer service. So it's a federal agency that oversees lawful immigration, to the United States. 1, citizenship. It's a process. 2, immigration of a family member. 3, working in the United States. 4, verify an individual legal rights to work in the United States. Now, see, this seems like good quality right here. They're saying you can work in the United States and everything. So, I advise y'all to check out these other programs that they have since they're about to end the other program. And 4, verify individual legal rights to work in the United States. 5, humanitarian program. 6, adoption. 7, civic integration. 8, genealogy. So these are some good qualities here that y'all can look into. So DACA program will end, and the program not allow new applicants, to enroll in the program. So I have the following citizenship requirements, the ones that I had just named. Citizenship first. At 18 years old, you got to have a green card, be a permanent resident for like 5 years, live in the state for about 3 months before filing the application. You have to continue on living permanent for at least 5 years. So present in the United States at least 30 months, out of the 5 years. And then you have to pass an English test plus a history government test. And then there's other programs, USCI. That's the United States Citizenship Immigration Service. And they also have a citizenship of immigration family member, working in the United States, verify individual legal rights to work in the United States, adoption, civil, and genealogy. So these is 2 programs that y'all can look into, apply for any one of them, citizenship and USCSI. So these is 2 programs that it's pretty much good that y'all should look into. Don't wait for them to end it. Try to apply for these now. Because it seemed like good program. So non-Republican controlling federal judge to end DACA program. So many immigration will not be able to work. Once it ended, you will not be able to work in the United States unless you apply for these other 2 programs like I had just named. They won't be able to provide for their family if they won't be able to have, get a work permit to work in the United States. So they will need permanent resident in the United States. But even before you even try to apply for fill out the application. They would need a green card. See, all this quality will end once that program ends. So I request that DACA remain until they apply for other assistance. Once DACA ends, they will be deported right away. So that's why I say just allow DACA to remain until they find, until they apply for other assistance. Because once in, anytime they can say, they'll deport them in a way. So um, they will need permanent residence. So y'all have to check out all these quality requirements have to meet. To apply for either one of these programs. So I request that DECA remain until they apply for any one of these assistance. Because if once you end it, they won't be able to have a work permit. They won't be able to work in the United States, and then they won't be able to provide for their family. So I say let it remain until they find apply for another assistant. And then you can end it. But right now, just they won't be able to work. They won't be able to apply for anything. So that's the story of them trying to end DECA program. And I came up with some other research on other programs for them to try to apply for before it ends. So you have to meet these requirements for the other programs that you will have to try to apply. So you will have to, in the meantime, you will have to find a permanent resident to even before you even try to apply for these other programs. You have to be 18 on up to apply. So I advise you to try to look into it before the even end it. So once they end it, you ain't gonna be qualified for anything. You won't be able to get a work permit or anything. So that's all the show news I have for you on today, and I see y'all in the next video.